Hey everybody, we are giving this a second go round. Thank you all so much for tuning back in. Lisa, nod your head. Can you hear me okay? Yes! All right, y'all. So it looks like we are up, rocking and rolling. Technology is technology, and sometimes technology is not our best friend, right? Right. So let's go ahead and make this public. Let's go ahead and make this so that Lisa can tag her people and share this out. I expect each and every one of you to share this out. Can you all hear me now? Yes. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, sometimes technology is technology, and it's like, I don't want to deal with you right now. And you have to say, yes, you do want to deal with me. And so I had to check technology and say, you know what? I'm going to restart because I gave y'all last week. I told you sometimes you have to hit the reset button, the restart button, and stuff like that. But thank God Lisa is able to still be here with us. That didn't knock us down, it only pulled us up. Okay. So now we're gonna get into this awesome and amazing interview with another author from the You Can book. 33 stories to inspire and uplift everyday people. Y'all, I'm so grateful. God sent me the best of the best people who have stories to inspire and uplift each and every one of you. And it's coming out August 1st. So get ready, get ready, get ready, girl. Get ready, get ready, get ready. I'm gonna read her in her bio, and then I'm gonna let you meet my sister because she looking cute and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They be coming in here making me look like I need to go step up my game or something, you know? But let me tell you about this awesome girl, this awesome lady, this lady, Lisa Madden. Let's get into the comments just in case y'all want to make comments. You can make comments. Say hi to Lisa. Yeah. Lisa Madden was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. Whoop, whoop. A wife, a mother, published author, victim advocate, and licensed massage therapist. Lisa is the proud owner and operator of Transformation Massage. With her published author, her published work include Brittany, a preacher's kid's life, poetry collection, Journal of an Ordinary Thought, and newly launched blog, Surviving Being a Preacher's Kid. Miss Madden has dedicated the majority of her life advocating for abused and exploited children. Having a passion for helping others, but a stronger passion for faith, Lisa can be found often mentoring and ministering to others with the concept that while you're on this journey, God will often force you to deal with your pain. This is where you can learn to look to Him and not to man. Miss Madden believes that perseverance can be found when we step back from the setback, believing in Him and pushing forward. Hello, hello, hello. Lisa Madden currently resides in Minnesota with her husband and seven children. Her hobbies are spending quality time with her family, cooking, writing, and community outreach. How awesome is that, right? We thank you all for coming back. We appreciate each and every one of you all for being here because now I am, thank y'all so much. Now I am getting ready to bring to you. First, I'm going to give the quote from Miss Lisa Madden. Then I'm going to bring her on this here live so you can meet the awesome and amazing author. It's a quote from Lisa Madden. She says, in my search for affirmation, I often look to people that resemble the very people that hurt me, hoping for a different experience. So we're going to get into that quote and so much more. I present to you Miss Lisa Madden. Woo, 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 woo.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for your patience.
Thank you for having
Again,
me.
sometimes technology have a mind of its own. And I'm glad you're a part of this book. I mean, we have been on some
Me
journeys
too.
together, girl. We have been on some
Yes.
journeys together. So this is
Yeah.
awesome and amazing. Now, I told people about you. I told
Okay.
people who you are, but it's nothing like getting people to know you for yourself. So go ahead and tell the people who Lisa is.
Well, Lisa is. I won't say I'm a complicated person because I think I'm pretty simple. I'm a lover of God and I'm a lover of God's people. But I also fight for. I'm a fighter for, the underdog. So I have a heart for that. I've always had a heart for that. So that's a lot of who I am. Um, I love God. I love being a mother. I love being a wife. I love being a big sister. And I love writing. I love writing my poetry. I love writing my books. And I also am a massage therapist, so I love bringing healing to people's bodies and their pain. So I think all of these are gifts that God has put into me, and that I've been, cultivating over the years. So that's the gist of who I am.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you have so many things going on in your life, from the being a massage therapist, and I have had massages from her. Just to let you all know, she'll never tell me when she's in Chicago. I got beef for her right now. I'm just
I'm
saying.
sorry.
But but also you have a blog. Tell us about your blog, and then you have your books
Okay.
coming out and things like that. Let people know about. I guess I'm skipping to one of the questions that actually come later on, but
Okay.
it's okay. It's our interview. We can do what we
Right.
want to do.
Right.
Okay. So tell us about your books and your blogs and the things that you have published outside of this project.
Okay. Well, my blog and it's a podcast as well. It's called Surviving Being a Preacher's Kid, and the basis behind it was to give preachers' kids a voice, give our stories a voice. So many times we get a raw deal. We're pegged in a different light. People say we're wild. They say, we're crazy or we're bad, but they have no idea some of the things that we've had to endure throughout our life, as to why we behave in a certain way. They have no idea the sacrifices that we had to sacrifice being preachers' kids. We sacrificed alongside of our parents. We sacrificed our parents for ministry. So the reason for the blog was to give us a voice, and create a platform for us to tell our stories, without judgment. And that's a big thing. People still want to judge our situations and our behavior and our circumstances. But so this is a place I created, the blog and a podcast, for us to be able to come together and share our stories and support one another. I also have inside of my podcast and my blog, I have a group called the Naomi Experience, and that's a support group because a lot of us have experienced some very traumatic things. And so I've created a support group for all of us, male and female, to come together and support each other and help each other start our journeys or continue our journeys, for healing from some of the things that we've gone through. Every PK's experience was not bad, but they can still attest to the fact that they had to sacrifice some things. They had to sacrifice some time with their parents. They had to sacrifice, and some of them even saw their parents going through some things. So that's a traumatic experience as well. So that's the gist of what I do. I've created a platform for us to share our stories.
Thank you for that. Thank you for letting the audience know what they can expect when they go to your website. All
Yeah.
right, girl, let's get up into this information. So, you are an author in the You Can collaboration. Again, it's 33 stories to inspire and uplift everyday people. And you shared a part of your story. Can you tell us the title of your chapter and what you would like people to get out of it, or what they can expect
Okay. Well, the title of my chapter is called Unlovable, but I have a slash through the un because I am lovable. But the reason why I called it Unlovable is because when I was 13 years old, my former pastor um, told me I was unlovable, and it planted a seed in me that affected me for many, many years after that. And so because of that seed and because of the things that I believed, it set a course for my life. It set a course of behaviors. It set a course for bad relationships. It set a course for a lot of things that I believed about myself that were not true. So, that is, it's my chapter is my story of overcoming and laying down those false beliefs that I was unlovable, that God didn't love me, that I was not good enough to be loved by God, to minister for God, I had all these beliefs because of one word that was told to me. So that's my thing. I want to tell everybody that no matter what somebody says to you, no matter what word curses are spoken over your life, it does not matter what people say. Only thing that matters is what God says about you and what God told you that who you are. He knew who I was before I was born. He knew who I was before my mother was born.
Come on
And
now.
I'm a child of the King. I'm I I'm his daughter and he loves me. And so I'm here to fight for those who feel the same way. That's my purpose in life. So that's why I wrote my chapter to let everybody know that they can get past those word curses. They can get past hurt. They can get past trauma, and they can persevere, and they can grow, and they can thrive, and they can thrive in the name of Jesus. And they can minister this gospel. You don't have to be on the pulpit. You can minister this gospel and tell people about the love of Christ in everyday interactions, whether it's writing books or a podcast or just walking up and down the street. And that's what I do. I live my life doing that. So that's the reason why the name of my chapter was that. And I wanted to show people that I made it. I made it in spite of what I was told, in spite of how I was treated. I made it. And so can you. So can you. We all can make it.
I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You have all these positive comments coming in from
Okay.
that's it. Amen. Amen. Yes. Amen. Sis, come on, right? She's speaking of things. And you can. I like how you said unlovable, but I like the slash through the on. That's a whole t-shirt. I'm just saying. But
Oh,
it's a beautiful thing because you need to know that you're lovable, and sometimes we grow up and deal with different things in life, whether no matter where it is. So I want to take a moment to just say thank you for saying yes. Thank you for pouring out. Thank you
right,
for going along this journey with me and for saying yes to write a part in this book because
absolutely.
we're educating and pushing people to know that they can. You
Right.
absolutely can. You can overcome whatever you've been through,
Ever.
and there is no limit to what people have gone through or are going through. And they
Right.
need to know that they can make it, that they can overcome, that they can survive, that they can thrive, that they can live their best life in spite of.
Right.
So thank you again so very much. I so appreciate you. Y'all
Thank
look
you for
for it.
inviting me.
The audience on here, y'all stay connected with Lisa so y'all can get the book directly from her. August 1st, you'll be able to get the book directly from her, and we may have a pre-sale link soon.
Okay.
But for now, make sure you stay connected to her so that you can directly support her.
Yeah.
You will be supporting the author that you know. Okay, so
Oh,
we expect all y'all that's watching to support.
okay.
And I think it's awesome because you already answered some of the questions that I have written down to ask you why you joined this collaboration. But is there anything that you want to include as to why you joined this particular collaboration?
Well, because my boo called me and asked me to be a part of it, so I couldn't say no to you. You have been such uh, a intricate part of my journey and my growth in more ways than you will ever know. And I so appreciate you, and I love you, and I adore you for that. I love you for pouring into me because you have been pouring into me the last few years, and so of course I wanted to. When you said come, do this with me, of course I wanted to be a part of it. So I couldn't say no to you. That beautiful face.
Uh, Wait a minute. Somebody tell me if they want a free copy. I said you gonna have to buy, you gonna have to support. Our biggest supporters is supposed to be our family and stuff, and you look like her, so I know you her family. That's your sister. Is
Yeah,
that
that's
your
my sister.
sister?
That's my
So
sister.
you acting up over here. No, girl,
Right.
you better get your money ready so that you can support her. Y'all know I ain't gonna let y'all go away for free. No, no, no. Free
Right.
90. No. Not free 99, free 90. No.
Right.
Um she's a copy. And then she gonna be telling y'all how much it is so y'all can support her pockets, okay?
Right.
So I want to thank you for that and thank you for all your kind words. And yes,
Yes.
I know y'all. I'm silly sister, so don't be trying to beat me up, okay? Mm-mm. Wait, half of your family that seen me already before, so
Right.
I'm like, I know her. So, As we are moving, I know. See, this is what I'm talking about. Family support. She said, "I'm just kidding." She's gonna be the first one to that. The second one, because your husband probably gonna be like, "You know what, baby, I got you," and
Right,
then
right,
your sister gonna be like, "I got you too." You know what I'm saying? But that's what
right.
family do. That's what we do. Um, if this your first time seeing me, I'm silly. I'm silly, and so anybody that comes on here know that your 5 finger discount. So you gonna add $5 onto whatever the original cost
Right,
is for your sister. That's
right.
what's for her.
Exactly.
So we have talked about the books. We've talked about what you've gone through a little bit. We've talked about your published work. We've talked about those different things. So
Okay.
now we want to do something that's a little bit different that I like to do with all of my authors. I would
Okay.
like for you to tell the audience something interesting about you, something that they may not
Oh, let me see. Can I touch my nose with my tongue? No, I
know.
can't do that. Well, something interesting. Hmm. Well, if believe it or not, um, I I wrote a play. It just tells you um, how God was telling me when I was younger who I was going to be and what I was going to be doing. I had no idea, but I wrote a play when I was maybe about 14 or 15, um, called "Hurt in the Church."
Wow.
And I still have it. I hand wrote it in pencil, and it was, yeah. So I'm gonna be putting that play together. So that's something interesting that I plan on being the next Tylisha Perry. So y'all look for
Well,
me.
you better say
Uh,
that.
I'm gonna be the next Tylisha Perry. So that's the interesting thing about me is that I wrote that book. I wrote that play when I was about my sophomore or junior year in high school. Um, in the not it that wasn't even the the tip of what I experienced in church. By that time, I experienced a lot more later, but I just find that interesting that I even titled it "Hurt in the Church" um, at that young of an age. So that's something that's interesting about me that I actually had a play when I was a junior in high school. Um, you know, way before I even knew my purpose and that I was gonna fight for the underdog. Fight for
See what your
the
sister said. Your sister putting you out there before we start talking about you fighting for the underdog. Your sister said you eat your toenails.
That's how
What?
y'all feel. Wow. See, that's why
And
you can't let family, they'll expose all your little secrets.
they will tell it all. You won't have nothing to hold inside because they will say it all. Okay.
Right.
And so, what I wanted to say was, you had said you're gonna be the next who, Perry?
Tylisha Perry. But I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna be the next Lisa Madden
Cause you
of
already knew. You already knew where I was
I knew
going
you
with
was
this.
coming for me, Nina. I knew you was
You
coming
know
for
it.
me.
You
So
know it. We don't need to get
I'm gonna
tired,
be on the
Perry.
next
You
level
need to
as Mr. Perry. He gonna have to move over and make some room for me. So I knew he
That's
was
right,
coming
he
for
is.
me.
It's enough room at the top. The thing is, a lot of us ain't climbing, but I love the fact that there's so many of us that's climbing, that's reaching, and that's grabbing folks
Yes.
to climb with us. So hats off, hats off.
Yeah.
You're just beginning, and I thank God
Mm,
that you
yes.
just jumped out the box this year.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people look at this year as a year of, oh my gosh, I'm ready for this year to be over. I am celebrating this year. Why?
Me
Because I've
too.
seen so many people that have been talking about doing certain things that have said, you know
That
what,
was me.
I'm doing it this year, y'all.
Yes.
I'm stepping outside of the box and I'm making it happen this year,
Yes.
y'all. It's
Yes.
happening. So hats off to you for
Exactly.
that. Liz, Tamika said she was coming for you too. Listen, she already know. She like, wait a minute, why you gonna go after his name? We got our own
Right.
name
Right. My
to
own name. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm Jolly Pass. I'm Jolly Pass.
She's Jolly Pass. I like that. That's cute. Okay, so this is a point in the interview that I love dearly because it's an opportunity for people to get to see you. You kind of did it already, but yeah, I'm not letting you pass, so you got to do it again. The last
Okay.
question is not a question. The last last thing is for people to get to see who you are. Because not only are you this writer and things like that, she's also, I'm branding her as a speaker as well. And so she's available to come out and things like that to speak all around the world. Yes, she travels too. You just got to pay for all of that stuff and put money on. So in order to do to just continue she's so funny. To continue to do all of this, I want people to get a chance to just see how inspirational you can be, how motivating you can be, and so take a few minutes and just inspire the audience.
Oh my God. Well, why would you put me on the spot like that, Nina Boo?
Wait a
Um,
minute, that ain't putting on the spot, y'all. It's one of the questions. It's in her package. So you know
I
I'm gonna
know,
tell
but
her. Y'all
I
just
thought
trying
you
to
was gonna
throw
skip
me
over that though. I thought you was gonna let me slide.
Not at all. Not at all. Let's go. You got it.
Okay. Well, what I wanna inspire people to know is that, and what I had to learn on my own. Well, not on my own, but God, uh, He let me know that my happiness started within me, alongside Him, but it had to start with me, and that I had to learn all over again how to love myself and how to date my. I even had to date myself for a couple
Yes.
of years. I took myself on dates. I bought myself flowers. I took myself to the
Mhm.
movies. So happiness had to start with me. So I started to choose happiness. I chose every day. I said, I'm going to choose to be happy today. I'm going to choose to find a loving relationship. I'm going to choose to love my sisters. I'm going to choose to love my family. I'm going to choose to take back what the devil thought he stole from me.
You
So
better
that's what
say
I
it.
want everybody to know, that you can get it back. Whatever you think you lost emotionally, mentally, physically, you can get it back. And it starts with you. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's every day. You can, make yourself some daily affirmations. And that's what I
Mhm.
had to do. Stickers all over my wall, stickers on my mirror, telling myself that I was good enough, telling myself that I was lovable, telling myself that I was God's child, that I was important to Him, that I mattered to Him, no matter who didn't think so. I mattered. So that's what I need people to know, that happiness starts within you. It starts with you. Period. It might not feel like it right now. I promise you. I promise you. You are going to get through it. You're gonna make it, because I did it. I did it. I had and I'm gonna give a little bit of my testimony if you don't mind.
Go right ahead.
When I was in the middle of my 20s, and I was at my lowest, and I was, it was just, I was at church and I was getting hurt over and over and over again, and it didn't matter what I did to prove that I was good enough. Nothing mattered to the people that I was trying to prove it to. So I tried to kill myself. I tried to commit suicide. I swallowed, I think, maybe about 22 Vicodin pills. And I woke up in the hospital getting my stomach pumped, because my sister and my ex boyfriend rushed me to the hospital. But it was and I was committed to a psych ward for 5 days. I was committed to a psych ward because I did not want to live anymore, because of the things that I was being told and how I was being treated in the church. In the church. And in that psych ward is when I realized, in the crazy house, that I was important to God and that He loved me so very much,
Yes.
because they told me the amount of pills that I took should have taken me out. It should have, and if I survived, I should have had permanent liver damage. Nothing was wrong with me. Nothing. And ever since then, life wasn't perfect after that. But ever since then, I've been fighting and I've been clawing to make it through, and to get myself and me and God, and have me a relationship with Him. So whatever you're going through, no matter how crappy it is, and no matter how you feeling right now, just know that God is real and He is on your side. And if you talk to Him, just talk to Him, He will bring you out of it all. He will bring you out of it all. I'm telling you. So fight, 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 because happiness, it starts within you. That's all I can say.
Well, somebody got a collection plate. I'm gonna start putting y'all darn cash apps out there because y'all be snacking. Come
Nah.
on. I'm excited people. You're inspiring me as well. Thank you so much, Lisa, for this inspiration.
Yeah.
You have definitely inspired me. You have inspired the audience. And that's right. I agree. God knew we needed her. I love this from your sister. I'm sure she probably know more than all of us know, right? I'm already inspired at the fact that you are here right now and doing your thing so well. So very proud of you. So listen, we all know and we all are excited. You have been talking about doing these type of things for years, and look at you now. Look at
Right.
you now. So I just want to say, y'all, she's a prime example of stepping outside of the boat, stepping outside of your fear. Stop
Right.
procrastinating,
Yes.
and just doing it. She's one of my coaching clients that I love to just thank sometimes because she got so much in her and just have to pull it out. And now she's in the season where she's just throwing it out there, y'all. She's throwing it out there. So, y'all support this author, support this blogger, support this podcaster. She got a lot going on, a whole lot going on.
I
So
know.
make sure y'all check her website out,
Yeah.
check her blog out, check her podcast out, check it all out. Okay, support her. She deserves the support, and we are
Thank
looking for you
you.
to support. Okay, link right there. No excuse. You see it. You see it. Yeah, you see it. So, Lisa, I want to take time to thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Thank you for
having me.
taking time out of your busy schedule to be
Yeah.
interviewed. You all, she is. Come on, she's a water walker. Amen. And it's gonna free other people and help other people to be water walker too. Because sometimes people gotta see to believe and to do it themselves. So thank you for doing that. And thank you all for tuning in with us. I hope you
Thank
all
you,
stay
guys.
tuned. Please make sure you all follow us, stay with us. And guess what? I have a community for the authors only, but there's another community on Facebook for each and every one of you. So you all can join us at the You Can Motivational Community. It's an open group right here on Facebook where we motivate, we inspire, we make nothing but positive posts. So if you are looking for a space just to be inspired and motivated, join us at You Can Motivational Community. We want you to come on with us because these authors are a part of it. And you never know when they're gonna go live or when they're gonna do whatever. Lisa don't know. I'm gonna put on the spot one day, like go live in the group so the people can be inspired by you. So you all want to follow us. Thank you all so much. So many people are so proud of you, and I am proud of you too.
Thank you.
When you go somewhere, you Tamika wonder you can't see. Ain't nobody got time for you, Tamika. You know what? Me and her gonna have to exchange numbers and just laugh together, okay? Um, continue to share this out. Continue to let people see Lisa, and it will also be uploaded to Facebook later tonight. I mean, to YouTube later tonight at
Okay.
youtube.com/Nina Motivate. So if a person saying I don't got Facebook, guess what? You'll be like, boom, here the YouTube link is. So
Boom.
Lisa will be able to share that with you all later. So thank you all again so much. I'm trying to make sure everybody comments get seen. Thank you all so much for being here. And until next time, we will talk to you all later. Bye for now.
Bye bye. Love you, Nina.
Love you.